submission. Back in 2014, the 19-year-old prospect forced a tap from Conrad Hayes in a spectacular fashion.
Looks like he might be finding his
Rose Namajunas, in the dawn of her amateur MMA career, was more famous for being in a relationship with the UFC heavyweight Pat Barry than for her fighting portfolio. Nonetheless, the sensational professional debut in 2013 had everyone buzzing about Thug Rose's bright future. In her second pro appearance, the 20-year-old Namajunas faced Kathina Catrone. To kick things off, she found the target on the feet with a quick combo. But as soon as the girls locked up in the clinch, it was a wrap.
Rose landed a very nice right hand. Oh, flying armbar attempt. Oh, she sweeps her over. He's done.
At the 12-second mark, Rose made a real splash with a flying armbar and won the crowd with an emotional celebration.
Leg was caught. That's even cooler.
Don't you, Rob?
The flying triangle is practically a mythical technique, the kind that everyone knows, but very few actually pull off. Even at the highest level of the sport, UFC fans have had to wait until 2011 for this unorthodox move to first be executed. The laurels went to Pablo Garza, who in the previous performance triumphantly leapt into the air with a vicious jumping knee.
Grappling skills. Oh, he rocked that's it. And then it's all over! Wow!
Nobody expected the featherweight to defy gravity twice in a row. Yet, a series of chopping low kicks from Yves Jabouin forced the American to switch the approach on the fly.
Working that clinch. Oh! Flying triangle! Right into it! Trying to finish this fight. And it's all over!
Having barely touched the floor, Pablo instantly snitched up the triangle. It took a trip to the brink of the darkest void for his rival to give in.
With a first-round submission.
Jimmy Flick managed to recreate Garza's feat in 2020, turning around a difficult scrap with Cody Durden.
Game featuring Twitch streams from Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Look at this, man. Look at this. This is
Wow! Jimmy the Brick! Welcome to the UFC first-round tap-out win!
Leading into December of 2017, UFC featherweight mainstay Cub Swanson was on a 4-win streak and planning a title run. In the next clash, he intended to stop the hype train of the young, unbeaten talent, Brian Ortega. But the grappling ace T-City, also coming off 4 wins in the promotion, all flashy finishes, was not going to miss out on a golden ticket to the elite.
T-City Ortega.
The lack of experience did not prevent Brian from successfully exchanging with Killer Cub in a stand-up. And as Swanson descended into chaos, Ortega gained full control over the bout. Nearly strangling his opponent in the last seconds of the first round, Brian went into the second with the goal of getting the job done.
Defense, though. Oh, there's submission attack once again.
Guard, see the hands. I don't know. It might be tighter.
There's the tap. Brian T-City Ortega is still undefeated.
By catching the BJJ black belt Swanson in a decapitating guillotine, T-City catapulted his career in the promotion.
You can see I'm hanging with the best of the best.
Another jumping gilly came in 2015 from a jiu-jitsu phenomenon, Charles Oliveira. Miles Jury and Nick Lentz were forced to tap to save their heads.
Back of the head, you can see the agony on the face. That's it.
An accomplished arm collector, Vinny Magalhaes, is far from being a complete MMA practitioner.
There it is. Oh my.
An incredibly gifted ground expert with an extensive list of grappling achievements, the Brazilian is a vivid example why it's crucial to impose your terms in the fight.
Very unlikely. Oh, big right hand! It is over!
However, following a killer high kick inside the PFL cage in 2018, he received an invitation to the promotion's prestigious 8-man tournament. $1 million in prize money quickly banished the heresy of a stand-up affair from Vinny's head. His adversary, Raheem Cleveland, hardly desired to tangle on the mat either. But even the boldest narrative faded in contrast with reality.
Season, Vinny Magalhães, just 3 minutes and 11 seconds, and he goes right into it.
Kimura can do that from there as well. See? There we go.
That is it.
Initiating the clinch, Cleveland underestimated the aerial skills of Vinny, who moments later was hanging off Rakeem's neck like a ball and chain. Deviating from his usual approach, Magalhães would not go for a signature strangle. Switching to a reverse triangle, he grabbed a Kimura and finished the victim off with a rare combination of techniques.
That is it.
Anderson Silva is a symbol of an era, a generational talent with world-class abilities in all MMA aspects.
Second to none.
For years, he's been the undisputed pound-for-pound king, destroying anyone who dared to challenge him. Though in the golden age of martial arts, when the Japanese promotion Pride FC was in full power, the Spider was not so invincible. The New Year's event in 2004 was the point of no return for Silva, who had 3 wins in 4 bouts within the organization. Anderson planned to make quick work of his opponent, Ryo Chonan, who was primarily a striker.
As he rocks Shonan with that.
But after dragging the Brazilian into deep waters, the samurai decided to test his luck.
Take away the lead. Oh, look at this! Whoa, this is good! Unbelievable!
Performing a top-notch scissor takedown, Ryo found himself in a perfect position for the inside heel hook. A painful joint lock was revered in jiu-jitsu for its damaging potential. An instant tap by the future legend and a Submission of the Year award secured a place in MMA history for the Japanese man. Starting his career as a street fighter, Jorge Masvidal went through many ups and downs before making world headlines with a devastating, funky knee. One wasted opportunity in the late 2000s was the quest for the inaugural Bellator lightweight title. Following a successful kickoff in the 8-man tournament, in the semifinals, the future Street Jesus with a 17-3 record confronted a great white shark of a submission game, Toby Imada. For almost 3 rounds, Masvidal was in charge, battering the foe from pillar to post. Just 2 minutes separated Jorge from a desired showdown in the finals against Eddie Alvarez, when Toby put on the last do-or-die spurt.
Not having any shot. Oh, Masvidal now in on a single leg. Oh, this is going to be interesting. How does this end? They don't teach you any moves from this position, let me tell you. It's on an upside-down triangle. Oh, Masvidal's unconscious! Oh, my gosh!
While scrambling for position, Masvidal got up with Imada on his back. Jorge overlooked the fatal snap of an inverted triangle and took a fast train to the dreamland.
As he just kind of goes unconscious.
The best submission of 2009 did draw the attention of colleagues, and 2 years later, light heavyweight Rich Hale presented a masterpiece to the world.
Well, he has an inverted triangle and he's going for it. Could we see another one? He's out! That is a technical submission called by Jay.
One of the best grapplers in MMA at the present moment, Reinier de Ridder, also took part in this challenge. In July 2022, the Dutchman defended the ONE Championship title against a dangerous striker, Vitaly Bigdash.
Let's go!
At the outset, the challenger landed a right hand.
That's exactly what de Ridder said he wanted.
In the clinch, he snatched up a guillotine.
Placeholder at this point, but just kidding. Drops down for the guillotine.
Stubborn de Ridder managed to restore blood flow to the brain. Having delivered the necessary ground and pound, the Dutchman grabbed a Kimura and initiated a transition to the inverted triangle.
Tally's on top. Good recovery. Invert. Right? Let's see. This is tight.
Oh, he's tight. It's tight.
Tally's going to sleep.
Lost in the abyss of Bermuda's waters, Bigdash went limp, and Reinier scored his 16th victory in a row with 14 stoppages.
Tally's going to sleep.
What is a submission if not a work of art in a world of absolute violence? But even such a diverse genre provides no better way to evoke paralyzing fear than an inside heel hook.
Has a collection of legs back home and he's out.
especially in conjunction with an Imanari roll, a sneaky way to gain perfect positioning for this leg lock. Ryan Hall demonstrated a flawless example of these moves chained together. In 2018, he met BJ Penn as part of the Veterans Farewell Tour.
Ryan Hall,
Despite once being a recognized jiu-jitsu genius, Penn was unable to compete with the Wizard on the mat.
an extended layoff in advance of this one, but still keeping a more active schedule than normal. Ryan Hall submits BJ Penn in a blink.
Entering the legs and securing the heel in one smooth motion, Hall grabbed the W and a Submission of the Year award.
Still keeping a more active schedule than normal.
And look for Demetrius Johnson.
Demetrius Johnson used to be at a size disadvantage in his scraps. But when the UFC created a flyweight division, Mighty